Jesus said, "Before Abraham was, I am." In John 8:58, Jesus makes a statement that has profound theological implications. Before Abraham was, I am. These words are not just a claim of existence before Abraham, they are a direct assertion of divinity. By using the phrase, I am, Jesus invokes the sacred name of God, the name revealed to Moses at the burning bush in Exodus 3:14. But this raises a critical question. If Jesus isn't God, why did he use God's name, I am? Tonight, we will explore this claim, examine its significance, and challenge skeptics and non-believers to confront this undeniable truth. The phrase I am is deeply significant in the Bible. When God revealed himself to Moses, he identified himself as I am who I am, a name that signifies his eternal, self-existent nature. For Jesus to use this name was not just a statement about his age or existence, it was a claim to be the eternal God. The Jewish leaders listening to Jesus understood exactly what he meant. In the very next verse, they picked up stones to kill him, accusing him of blasphemy. Their reaction shows that they recognized Jesus' words as a claim to be God. Skeptics often argue that Jesus never explicitly claimed to be God. But here, in the clearest possible terms, he does just that. By saying, before Abraham was, I am, Jesus is asserting his eternal existence and his divine identity. This is not the language of a prophet or a teacher. This is the language of God himself. If Jesus were not God, his words would be the height of arrogance or deception. But if he is telling the truth, then he is indeed God incarnate, the eternal I am, who has always existed and always will. To the skeptics and non-believers listening tonight, I pose this challenge. Disprove this claim. If Jesus is not God, then explain why he said, before Abraham was, I am. Explain why the Jewish leaders accused him of blasphemy and sought to kill him for this statement. Explain how his life, teachings, and miracles align so perfectly with the character and will of God. If Jesus is not God, then provide an alternative explanation that accounts for the evidence. The evidence is overwhelming. Jesus' claim to be the I am is not an isolated statement. Throughout the Gospels, we see him demonstrating divine authority, forgiving sins, commanding nature, raising the dead, and accepting worship. These actions are not the works of a mere man, they are the works of God. In John 10:30, Jesus says, I and the Father are one, further affirming his divine nature. These claims and actions are consistent with his identity as the eternal I am. Perhaps you're thinking, but what if I'm wrong? What if Jesus really is who he says he is? That's a question worth considering. Because if he is, then your understanding of God and your eternal destiny hinge on how you respond to him. Jesus' claim to be the I am is not just a theological statement, it's an invitation to know the eternal God personally, to experience his love and grace, and to be reconciled to him through Christ. But the choice is yours. Will you accept his claim, or will you continue to deny the truth? Tonight, I leave you with this challenge. Examine the evidence. Wrestle with the claims of Christ. Seek the truth with an open heart and mind. Because the stakes are too high to ignore. Jesus said, before Abraham was, I am, because he is the eternal God. The question is, will you believe him? The choice is yours. Choose wisely.